A lot of people are so curious, well, what's in Cristy's Code Red fridge, right? And keep in mind, I do have a husband, Miles, who has his own way of eating, and this might be the case with your spouse. So I'm just gonna show you what's in my fridge at this second of this day, of this part of the week. I'm a big fan of frozen veggies. You can look up my other YouTube videos about frozen veggies, but the great thing about these frozen veggies is they're 84 cents. They're 84 cents from Winco, and it's 11 ounces of broccoli. These steam in the bag. And the great thing about buying frozen is when you buy things frozen and they're harvested from the company, they are flash frozen, which prevents respiration. Again, we talk about this in other videos, so you're getting a great product that's actually healthier for you than buying fresh, because a lot of times when you buy fresh, it's a good 7 to 10 days of since it's been picked and harvested. So buying frozen, a better way to go and very affordable. You're always gonna find eggs in my fridge. Miles and I go through a lot of eggs, and we usually buy them by the, what is that thing? The big pack of eggs. I think we. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look, this is usually how we buy our eggs. What is this? 18 eggs, 18 eggs. So you're gonna get a lot of eggs because we hard boil them using the Instant Pot. We fry them, we do egg whites, we do yolk, like just eggs all different ways and lots of different recipes and lots of different ways to have eggs. Cream cheese and cottage cheese is a good Code Red staple. Great way to get your fat. You get a little bit of creaminess. People use it for recipes. It's awesome. You're gonna find it in our fridge. Frozen berries, raspberries, blueberries, frozen, right here. And Miles does the little little paper clip. I don't know. Your husbands probably do some strange things too, but that's how we keep ours closed up in our household. Reminder, on Code Red, we don't eat fruit, right? We don't do the apples and the oranges and the bananas and the peaches. We don't do that, guys. But we do berries. Okay, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, and these are Miles' choice of berries. And so don't forget, these are not going to stall your weight loss like other fruit will. These are gonna be perfectly fine, but we really rather you not eat more than 1 ounce a day. Keep that in mind. See, fruit has fructose, and the liver metabolizes fructose. The problem is the liver can only metabolize a small amount at a time. Well, in our modern society, a lot of things are genetically modified, and they are bred to be bigger, brighter, and sweeter. So you got the banana the size of my forearm, and have you guys seen those apples at Costco the size of a baby's head? They're huge, and they have way more servings than you need in one piece of fruit. So it's just better to stay away from those other items, those other fruits that are high in fructose, and they're gonna stall your weight loss. Are they bad? Of course not. We don't like to call any food good food, bad food, because that creates a diet mentality. But we do notice that there are certain fruits we just wanna stay away from because they will stall your weight loss, and there are way more servings than you need in one piece of modern day fruit. Look, I mean, if we were living in the Garden of Eden, this wouldn't be a problem, but that is just not the case. You're gonna find a lot of meat in our Code Red freezer. You're gonna find venison, you're gonna find elk, you might find some bear if we're lucky. We're gonna find a lot of wild meat in our freezers. But I'm also a big fan of Butcher Box, and you can pick up a Butcher Box by going to coderedlifestyle.com/Butcher Box. You can get a discount. Also, you can use the code CODERED and get $20 off your order. So for me, what I do is I got this nice little 1 pound block here, 16 ounces, and I can just crumble it up, fry it up, cook it up in a pan, eat half of it now, eat half of it later. It's a great, clean source of meat. Of course, I think that you should eat clean meat. Preferably from a local butcher if you can, but that's not a requirement on Code Red. You don't have to have grass-fed, grass-finished if you don't want to. I just want to see you moving in a direction of better choices. Out of the drive-thru, into the kitchen, so don't think you gotta have Butcher Box or you gotta have some other, no, you don't have to. Just eat any kind of meat. Speaking of meat, You're gonna see some deli meat in our Code Red fridge. Okay, this is Miles. He makes sandwiches for himself. Again, Miles isn't all the way Code Red, and it's not my place to hound him about that or judge him on that. And when he makes his little sandwiches, he likes to have deli meat. You know, I'm not a big fan of deli meat, but again, it's good, better, and best. We're moving in a direction of better choices. Deli meat is better than Spam. Deli meat is better than the drive-thru. And so people will argue with me and they'll say, well, it's full of nitrates and nitrites and all these kind of fillers. Look, is that a bridge you want to die on? I would rather see you make your kids sandwiches with deli meat as opposed to feeding them the school lunches. So again, moving in a direction of better choices. Look, you're not gonna die from eating prepackaged deli meat, but I would love it if you would go up to the counter and you would ask the butcher to slice you off a pound of the deli meat from the big chunk of meat.
That's what it's called, I guess.
I guess that's what it's called, the big chunk of meat. A great thing for the Instant Pot, or if you're gonna grill it or crock pot or something, this is a big giant tri-tip. And in our household, we usually cook a big chunk of meat and then we eat on it all week long. And if you're in weight loss mode and you do need to measure out your meat, this is a great idea. So parents, a good idea is to get a big tri-tip or a big roast, put it in the crock pot or the Instant Pot, and then put it in the fridge and slice off of it all week long until it's gone. It works well for the whole family, so don't discount these larger cuts of meat. And they don't need to be premium cuts of meat. If they're going in the crock pot or the Instant Pot, they're gonna tender up nice, put some Redmond real salt in there, put some other things in there, and they're gonna cook up nice, and they're gonna make a nice roast. And so, a big question I get a lot, dressings. Well, which dressing do I use, or what dressing do I avoid? The great thing about CodeRedOliveOil.com, using olive oil as your base for dressings, you're gonna get recipes for homemade dressings. But if you don't wanna do homemade dressings, you wanna pick them up from the store, your best bet is going to be the low or no sugar dressings. So avoid honey mustard. Honey, come on. Avoid raspberry vinaigrette. Avoid sweet Vidalia onion. Yeah, they taste good for a reason, you guys. They're loaded with sugar. You want to stay away from those. Pick your ranch, pick your Caesar, pick your blue cheese. Don't die on this bridge, all right? Just stick with the low or no sugar dressings. You'll be fine. I eat a lot of mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise. I put it on my vegetables. It's a great source of fat. And people are like, oh, that's, mayonnaise is bad for you. No, it's not. It's just egg and oil. There's nothing bad for you about mayonnaise. But because I eat a lot of mayonnaise every day, I pick a good, clean source of mayo from Primal Kitchen. This is Mark Sisson's company, and I really like the avocado mayo. But guys, really, I think if you look in our fridge, you're gonna find, yeah, here we go. This is our other mayo. This is Miles mayo, and it's your avocado mayo from Kraft. Not a bad mayo. I don't want you to think of things as bad just because they're not what Cristy has. Don't worry, don't die on this bridge. I just eat a lot of it. When I'm noticing that I eat a lot of something, I try to get a good clean source. A great example of that is cream in my coffee. And I drink a lot of coffee, I drink a lot of cream, so I really don't do well metabolizing dairy. That's just me, but actually it's not just me. Over 50% of Americans don't metabolize dairy very well. They just don't break it down. So I like a keto, this is one I've been trying out, and it's a keto creamer. Don't be deterred by that word keto. It just means it's a non-dairy creamer that I think tastes pretty darn good. It has a coconut cream base, or you can use coconut cream. But moving away from dairy any chance you get is definitely something you want to do. Dairy is inflammatory, and it might be hard for you to break down. If you don't want to use a non-dairy creamer, then of course whipping cream or heavy cream is just gonna be fine for you. It's gonna make that coffee nice and fat and creamy and tastes fantastic. And of course with the fat, that's good because on Code Red we believe in a high fat diet. So don't discount the whipping cream, the heavy cream. But if you can't do dairy, you can do a non-dairy alternative. In my Code Red cupboard or Code Red fridge, you're gonna find electrolyte replacement. On Code Red, we all drink a lot of water, and also on Code Red, we don't eat foods that hang on to any water, so we find ourselves flushing a lot of electrolytes. Very, very important that you continue to replenish your electrolytes. We're a big fan of Ultima here in this house and on Code Red across the whole community. Ultima is a replacement, an electrolyte replacement in water. You put a scoop in your water bottle, shake it up, you're good to go. They come in many different flavors. An even better quality product is Redmond Relight Electrolyte Powder. At the time of this video, it's actually, they just came out with it. It's high quality with a lot of potassium, a lot of sodium, and a lot of the minerals that you need when you're on a low carb or ketogenic or a Code Red lifestyle. In our Code Red cupboard, you're gonna find nuts of some sort. You're gonna find pistachios or almonds or even cashews, which cashews are a fruit, but you're gonna find them in our cupboard. This is a great source of sodium, a great little crunch. It tastes so good. It's that salty kind of thing you might be, that savory taste you might be craving, and a great source of fat and protein, low in carbs. Of course, like if you get a peely nut, that's even better. Macadamia nut, best omega profile across the board, lowest in carbs. So you have a lot of nut options, but I'll tell you what is not a nut, and that's a peanut. Even though the name says peanuts, peanuts are not a nut, so I don't want to see those in your Code Red cupboard. You're probably going to see them in ours. My husband Miles is not really Code Red, and he eats peanuts because he doesn't really care, and that's just not a bridge I'm going to die on. I don't eat them. I don't want you eating peanuts, so don't even bring them home. Don't put them in your Code Red cupboard. The basics of the Code Red cupboard: meat, vegetables, nuts, eggs, seeds, seafoods, and fat. You're gonna find that in pretty much any Code Red Rebels cupboard. If I walk into your house and you're a Rebel, I better see the basics, which is the perimeter of the grocery store. And the great thing about our 10-pound takedown challenge is when you join the challenge, which they run every month, when you join one of our monthly challenges, you're gonna get the what do I eat list and what do I not eat list. And it has everything on there, like what you're seeing, that you need to avoid and what you need to eat to get your weight off and heal your body. So join the next challenge and I'll see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, or better yet, subscribe to my channel. That way you're notified when I come out with a new video. But listen, comment below because I want to hear what your go-to staple Code Red item is. If I were to come in your house and I were to open up your refrigerator, which item would I always see no matter what? Put it below. You never know, I might come to your house, and I'll see you in the next video.